Golden State Warriors star Steph Curry has solidified his legacy as one of the greatest players in basketball history. And today, we're going to recall 5 times Stephen Curry shocked the NBA world. He is the league's all-time leader in three-point field goals, and he has won 2 MVP awards. But how does he do it? Join us to see his most amazing moments. Let's get started. Number 5, 51 points against Magic. 2 players that have changed the whole NBA landscape are Steph Curry and Magic Johnson, 2 megastars that changed the way the game is played and also the mentality of players. Back in 2016, Curry not only made NBA history, but he erupted for 51 points to lead the Warriors over the Orlando Magic. It was one of the best Steph Curry games ever in terms of his field goal percentage. Curry only took 27 shots to get to 51 points as he went 20-27 from the field. Only one of those 51 points was scored at the free throw line. The young star was unstoppable in both the first and third quarters. In the first, he scored 15 points and had 3 assists. In the second half, Curry made 6 three-pointers as he went on to score 24 points in the third quarter. And his final stat line included 10 three-pointers, 8 assists, and 7 rebounds in 34 minutes. This was the time when Curry became the first player in NBA history to hit 10 or more three-pointers in a game multiple times in the same season. He became the first player to top the 50-point plateau 3 times in the same season since Cleveland's LeBron James and Miami's Dwayne Wade accomplished the feat in 2008-09. He became the first member of the Warriors to hit 50-plus points 3 times in the same season since Rick Barry in 1973-74. This was an onslaught of epic proportions as Curry shot 20 for 27 from the field, 10 for 15 from deep, and converted his only free throw attempt to get 51. That performance, which was highlighted by a banked-in half-course buzzer beater, gave Curry a 92.9 true shooting percentage on the evening. Number 4, 2015 NBA Finals Game 5. After claiming a Game 4 victory in Cleveland that tied the series at 2-2, the Dubs returned to Warriors ground for the Game 5 matchup, and following the game, Steph said, "We didn't let the moment slip." And he was right. After Game 5, the Dubs earned a 104-91 victory over the visiting Cleveland Cavaliers and gained the series lead in their first NBA Finals appearance since 1975. Curry's 37-point performance paved the way for the Dubs' victorious outcome, with the MVP shooting 13 for 23 from the field and connecting on 7 for 13 from beyond the arc. Curry put his stamp on the fourth quarter, regarding 17 of his 37 points in the final game, including 12 of the team's final 13 points to close out the win. The highlight of the game was Curry's step-back three-pointer that followed a flashy dribbling display while being guarded by Cleveland's Matthew Dellavedova. That shot, with 2 minutes 44 left in the game, sent Oracle Arena into an absolute frenzy, and the Warriors cruised to the victory from there. Number 3, career-high 54 points. Back in 2013, in his 4th season in the league, Curry burst onto the scene with a huge effort against the Knicks in New York. The young legend torched the Knicks for a career-high 54 points on 18 of 28 shooting from the field. Curry heated up from a long distance, drilling 11 three-pointers on 13 attempts from beyond the arc. Curry became the first player to tally 50 points while making double-digit triples. Curry played all 48 minutes of the contest, never subbing out. Curry added 7 assists, 6 rebounds, and 3 steals in New York. Despite Curry's electric performance, the Knicks were able to edge the Warriors 109-105. After Curry's shocking moves in New York, the player's name was vaulted into NBA superstardom. Number 2, 2022 NBA Finals Game 4. Game 4 of the 2022 NBA Finals was arguably Steph Curry's one of the best finals game of all time. He scored 43 points, added 10 rebounds, and made a pair of baskets during a 10-0 fourth quarter run that turned a 4-point Boston edge into a 100-95 Golden State lead. Curry has been undoubtedly the best player of these finals. His titanic 43-point performance to salvage the Warriors from a potential 3-1 hole was the latest in a string of performances that each deserve their own place in history. Curry destroys any conventional notion of what good defense is. His presence stretches defense to their limits, and that includes the best defense in the league in the Celtics, whose philosophy in screen and roll coverage has been conservative. Curry's shot-making brilliance was at its peak, in a game where it needed to be nothing less than almost perfect. A few shots swerving left or right, falling short of their mark, or with too much oomph put behind them, and the outcome of the game would have been a bit different. But Curry put just the right amount of touch to find his mark. Brooklyn Nets star Kevin Durant had some respectful words for him. Durant had some high praise for his former teammate Stephen Curry after the latter led the Golden State Warriors to their 4th NBA championship in 8 years. In particular, Durant lauded Curry's 43-point performance against the Boston Celtics in Game 4 of the NBA Finals, which was a pivotal moment that shifted the momentum back to Golden State and helped Curry secure his first Finals MVP award. The Game 4 was iconic to me. It's like much more than just the win. That game right there was like, all right, this is one of the greatest we have ever seen. In that environment, the shots he was making, the rebounds though, it was the rebounds for me. Playing with Steph, that's how I knew he is super engaged when he is on the boards heavy. Coming over somebody's back, grabbing an offensive rebound, it's just like, yo, he really wants this, Durant said in a recent podcast interview. Number 1, 2019 NBA Finals Game 6. With the Warriors missing Klay Thompson, Kevin Durant, and Kevin Looney for Game 3 against the Toronto Raptors, Curry went off, scoring a playoff career-high 47 points. Curry did everything to try to keep the Warriors alive. He finished with 47 points on 45.2% shooting, the most he's ever scored in a playoff game, and the 8th highest total in NBA Finals history. It was an otherworldly performance from Curry, no matter the outcome of the game. Warriors coach Steve Kerr said, "Steph was incredible. The stuff he does is, he does things that honestly I don't think anybody has ever done before. The way he plays the game, the way he shoots it, and the combination of his ball handling and shooting skills, it's incredible to watch. He was amazing." Even though the Warriors fell to the Toronto Raptors, it was worth watching the game for Curry's amazing moments. After all, we all know that sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Steph Curry has proved that everything is possible. His main source of motivation is his bouquet of desires. Even though he's been the best at it for a long time, he's still working on his game and improving. Seems like every year he's improving his three-point shooting. He knows everybody's trying to come up with ways to stop him, so that's the special part in what he's doing right now, Seth Curry said. As he noted, it was his desire that set his older brother apart from the pack and continues to do so. His practice experience is also amazing in its originality, repetition, intensity, and relentlessness. There's a variety of ball handling drills followed by shooting from all spots on the floor and then rinse and repeat to sharpen muscle memory. He executes trick shots, not just for kicks. Curry practices them just in case he feels the need to pull one out of his bag during a game. The process takes hours and it's done almost daily. Curry is 34 and yet could still have his best season as a shooter ahead of him, which sounds weird given he owns a pair of MVPs and a slew of shooting records. Who knows? I can tell you it's way harder to stay at this level than to get here. There's a beauty and ignorance in what it takes to get here. You don't know how to do it until you do it. And then the competition coming at you because they treat you differently. Draymond Green says he gets nervous before every camp because you have to do it all over again. I feel the same way, Steph says. What do you think about Steph Curry? Which of his games do you love the most? Let us know in the comments below.